Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadashivasamarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Padmabhavam Vasishtam Shaktin Cha Tatputra Parasharam Cha Vyasam Shukam Gaudapadam Mahantam Govinda Yogindra Matasya Shishyam Sri Shankaracharya Matasya Padma Padam Cha Hastamalakam Cha Shishyam Tam Todakam Vartika Karamanyan Asmadgurun Santatamanatosmi Shruti Smriti Purananamalayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavad Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Om Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam Pashyannatmani Mayaya Bahirivodbhutam Yata Nidraya Yasakshat Kurute Prabodha Samaye Swatmanamevadvayam Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namayidam Sri Dakshinamoortaye Bijasyantarivangkuro Jagadidam Pragnirvikalpam Punah Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana Vai Chitra Chitri Kritam Maya Kalpita Desha Kala Kalana. So here the Maya Kalpita is what is explained here in the, we didn't do the last to do. Mayaviv vijrumbayatyabimaha yogi vayasvechaya tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye namayidam Sri Dakshinamurtaye. Srishti is always a fascination in thinking, and various theories have been given by various masters and various schools of thoughts at various times, and still is a mystery, because mystery is history. Bhagavan, his story it is. History is always a mystery. Gurudev used to say history is his story, Bhagavan's story. That's why it is mystery. Origin is always something which cannot be comprehended. From the effect, we are trying to understand the cause. And the effect, when it is of one kind, we can say very clearly the cause also is also of the same kind. But the effect called the universe is Vivida Pratyagamyam Vishwam. Vishwam means Vivida Pratyagamyam, of different kinds of perceptions, variety. Vaichitra Chitti Kritam. So, being a variety, we cannot understand what could be a single cause. A single cause would not have become of various kinds. So therefore, the variety that we perceive is indeed not would have come from an inert thing. An inert object cannot create such a variety unless there is involvement of Chetana Tattvam, Chaitanya. While Vaisheshikas would accept Nimitta Karanam Ishwaraha, Vedanta says Nimitta Upadhi Karanam api Ishwaraha eva. Material as well as the efficient cause, instrument cause, everything is Ishvara only. While Vaisheshikas only accept the material cause alone as matter, and the Nimitta Karanam is probably Ishvara. Sankyans and Buddhists would not accept that also. So when we saw the Kanaka, the Anu theory proposed by also is failing to explain, because the Paramanu, even if it is said to be the cause, it is Achetanam. It has no consciousness. Sankhyan system, of course, is having its own folly. While they explain Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, cause for sustenance, creation, and dissolution, even then that is not fully acceptable, because again, Pradhana is not having Chaitanyam. The creation seemed to be an inert thing, which is not true. Because if there is no consciousness, even the inert thing cannot be known, understood, experienced, realized. While thus all these explanations have been given, Chaitanyam Paramanu Nam Pradhanasyapi na ishyate, verse number 13. Chaitanyam Paramanu Nam Pradhanasyapi na ishyate. Then what? Chetanashriye Drishye ete. Ete Drishyah. Whatever is Drishyate is seen. Chetanashraye. All the entire creation is having shelter, support of Chetana. And what is the nature of the Chetana? Jnana Kriye. Jnanamscha Kriyacha. Jnanamscha Kriyacha. Jnana Kriye. Jagat Klruptau. Jagat Srishti. Jagat Utpannaha. Utpattihi. Jagataha Utpattihi. The creation of the world is done through Jnanam Tata Kriya. So therefore it is said, these two, Yato Jagat Karani Ikshana Purvika Sritti Shrudo Shuyate Tad Aikshata Iti. Upanishad also proves this, that he, the Supreme Lord, thought about it. And also it is said, Bahusyam Praja Ye Yeti Satapo Tapyata. He created out of his thinking only. And therefore he is not merely a Nimitta Karana, He is also Maya Shakti Yogat Syatam, because of him being one who wields the power of Maya. He uses Jnana and Kriya to create this entire universe intelligently. Like a Kulalaha, like a person who is making a pot, must to use his knowledge, not only knowledge alone, but also the skill of creating it. Therefore, it is proven that the Jnanam and Kriya of the Lord alone is the cause of this creation, as a instrumental cause, as the efficient cause, but also whatever you call it as the Upadana Karana also cannot be found in all variety of things, even in a single tree. For a seed does not look like a branch, does not look like a leaf, does not look like a fruit or a flower, does not look like a trunk or a twig. These modifications must have come out of the same seed only. If that is the case, what is the common factor? Inherent nature alone is called Upadana Karanam or Samavayi Karanam. That Samavayi Karanam must be inherently present in all things that are produced out of that very seed, and only one thing that is seen to have consistently been present in all of them is Satyatvam Prakashatvam Cha, existence and awareness or manifestation. And therefore, Satyatvam Tada Prakashatvam Ishwarasya Brahmana Eva Jagataha Utpatti Upadana Karanam. And if that is so, if Satyatva or existence and Prakashatvam are the two which are considered to be considered as your Upadana Karanam, then the manifestation of variety, how do you account for? The variety is Maya Kalpitam. It is manifestation, appearance, but it is not having any absolute reality. It has no permanent reality. It has no reality of its own. Now, another argument which is put, Jnanam Tata Kriya are said to be the powers of the Ishvaraha when he wields Maya. How it is manifesting in this world? For the argument that is put forth by Parinamavadins, those who are arguing that the world is a constant transformation. That's why the scientists today would say that the world is constantly expanding. That's what they say, expanding universe. Expanding means what? It doesn't say in the same condition. It is constantly changing. If change is taking place, milk turning to become curd, yogurt, milkness of the milk is lost when it becomes yogurt. That means it has changed its nature. These new things that is considered as the change, how did it come about? So now the question is raised in the verse number 14. Kala Rupa Kriya Shaktya Shrirat Pariname Dadhi Jnatrijnana Rupam Jnana Shaktya Bhave Jagat. Kala Rupa Kriya Shaktya Kshirat Parinamet Dati. parinamet, becomes transformed. Kshirat, from being milk, dadhi, to become curd. दही में हिंदी में दही कहते हैं, या in Tamil तैर, in the Sanskrit dadi. So Kshirat dadihi parinamet. From the milk, the curd has become. What is the cause for milk to become curd? Bacteria, but also time. Time is the factor, major factor, because if you put just a small portion of yogurt culture, the milk, at once it does not become yogurt. It takes time. So time is a factor. Kala is one of the factors. And that is the Kriya Shakti. Kala Rupa Kriya Shaktya. Kala Rupena Kriya Shaktya. Kala Rupa Kriya Shaktya. In the form of Kala Rupa. In the form of the power of time. Don't we say, things are not going well, Swamiji, in my life. Time will be the answer. Wait for some more time. Everything we say, time will tell. So Kala is a Shakti. So here the objection is, Nanu Chetana Nirapeksham api karyam jayamanam drishyate. The objection is, even in the absence of any Chetana Shakti, we would see that milk becoming yogurt. Yata dugdam swayameva dadyatmana parinamate. The shiram, the milk, dugdam, it's called dugdam, shiram, swayameva, by itself, dadyatmana, as a curd, parinamate, changes, sati, iti, sankhya shankyam upakaroti. So this is the question of Sankhyans, who say guna of milk to become curd. There's no need for any Chetana Shakti. There's no need for any consciousness here. It by itself has happened. So here the answer is given. Yaha sarveshu bhutetu shittan iti shrutehe sarvagatasya antaryaminahe ishvarasya ya kalakya kriya shaktihi. In the Upanishad it is said, sarveshu bhuteshu tishtan. Bhagavan is one, or the Brahman is one, which remains in all things. Vishayeshu va bhuteshu va. Object or things, object or living beings. Iti shrutehe sarvagatasya antaryaminah ishvarasya. He, the one who is the inner controller of all beings, the Ishvara, ya kalaru akya kriya shaktihi, in the form of time, which is called kriya shakti. Tad adishtitat kshirat dadyatmana parinamah. With that power alone, kshirat, from the milk, dadyatmana, as a yogurt, parinamah. Bhagavan Krishna also says in the chapter 9, he says, I give heat to this whole earth, and I also give rain and withdraw rain. Utsrjami srijami cha. And I will create rain and I will stop rain also. This is how the seasons take place. And that is my responsibility. In the Upanishad also we find Agnir Davati, Yamaha Davati, Suryaha Udayati, udayati. The sun rises, fire burns, air moves about. All these are all presently what we consider as the achetana rupa jada jagat. The air is achetanam only. It is jada, water, sun, fire, wind. We don't associate living being in that or life in that. Yet, it is said all of them function by the command of Ishvara. Why? Because sarveshu bhuteshu antaryami rupena yattishtati. He, the one who remains as the core of all beings, can make milk to yogurt with his Kriya Shakti. It is said when Bhagavan Krishna was born, and he was born in a jail, and how he comes out of it, Vasudeva carrying him on his head. So Vasudeva said, all the guards are there, and the doors are locked, and we have to cross the Yamuna to go to the other side. What do we do? Krishna said, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. So as soon as he was ready, Vasudeva is ready to take Krishna, all the gods went to sleep. And such a sleep slumber they cannot get up. And then the locks, the prison locks, everything got unlocked. Door got opened. He walked out. And as he was going into the river Yamuna started to recede, gave way to him until he reached the other side. And when he came back also, the power was still remaining. Until he came back with the other child and then came into the prison and settled down, then everything became normal. By antaryami rupena. As the inner controller of everything, this is one thing that's called mysterious indeed. So, therefore, he says very clearly, adat adishtitat shrirat dravyatmana parinamah na kshira swabhavat. It is not kshira swabhava to become curd. It's not usko swabhav nahi hai uska. Because that presence of the Bhagavan, the Ishvara, and uses the Shakti of Kala, with that alone, the Kshira becomes Dahi, not otherwise. Tata sadasati sada parinama prasangha ityartha. If that is the case, that is being the case, tada sati sada parinama prasangah. So therefore, there is a continuous happening of milk becoming yogurt that takes place because of the constant presence of the Ishvara there as a Kala. Etena Kalaha api Ishvarasya eva Shakti akarabetaha iti suchitam. Thus, therefore, this power of time is also Bhagavan's or Ishvara's control only. Idanim jnana rupam shaktim vivichya tasyaha jagat heduttvamaha. Now, having explained the Kriya Shakti, what is Jnana Shakti? He says, Jnanam nama jagat kartu ikshana vyavahara pravritti kshama ya vrittihi sabhaset ityuchate. Sabhaset ityuchate. What is Jnanam? Because Jnana Kriya, two Kriyas are given, Ishwarasya. Jnanam cha Kriya cha. So Kriya Rupam is Kala, time. Because any action takes place in time. And Jnanam is not a physical activity. What is it then? Jagat Kartri Ikshana Vyavahara Pravritti Kshama. Such a wonderful statement. Ya vrittihi. The thought of vyavahara pravritti kshama, meaning capable of engaging in a particular field of activity. Vyavahara pravritti kshama. Kshama means capable. So, vyavahara pravritti kshama ya vrittihi. The thought that is making an individual capable of in a particular field of action, and that very thing is jagat karturi ikshana, in the form of capable of creating by thought, not by action. That is jnanam in this context. Sa, and that is sa bhasa ityuchate. Sa bhasa means by his brilliance. Sacha swashrayasya maya shakti balyajasya jnatrutvam sambadayati. So three forms of jnana kriya, jnana shakti, jnanam, jneyam, and jnata. Jnatru, jnana, jneya. Jnatru is knower, jneya is known, jnanam is the act of knowing. So jnata is the knower, one who knows. Jneyam is what is to be known. And the very act of knowing is jnanam. So jnanam is the ability to create the entire world that resides in him, and saja ashrayasya mahashastikti balatasya jnatrutvam sampadayati swarupadah jnanatmana vartate. And by nature it is knowledge, is nature of the self. Satyam jnanam anantam brahma. It is said in Taittiriya Upanishad, knowing is not only an object. It is knowing here to be understood as a pure awareness. Because if I'm looking at an object, even if I don't know what the object is, but the object is known to me, I will never later on understand what it could be. But awareness about the object takes place. This will be taken up in the next section, next verse. What is jnanam? Over two forms. One is called nirvikalpa jnanam and savikalpa jnanam. So this jnanam is ability to know. Objects by themselves do not have the ability to know each other, much less it can know themselves. They can know itself. So this jnanam is a swabhava. Swarupataha jnanatmana vartate. And engaging in the field of activity with that knowledge is called, that vritti is called jnatri vritti. Like jnata, the doership. Knowership. And what is jneyam then? Jneyam cha srijyam jagat. Jneyam is what is to be known, or what is known is srijyam. What is can be created. That's why it is said creation took place in the mind of the Lord. So kamayata bahusyam praja yeti satapo tapyata satapas taptva idakam sarvam asrijata. Taptva idakam sarvam asrijata. Taptva chintayitva, by thought creation. Now you would say, Swamiji, how can thought be creation? This is a very far-fetched idea. आप स्वप्न देख रहे हो, उसका कर्ता क्या है, कौन है, ज्ञाता कौन है, ज्ञेय कौन है? In your dream, who is the knower, who is the creator? Samsara swapna tulyo hi ragat beshati sankula. Uh, See, Swapna and Jagat, there is no major difference. Jagrata Avastha and Swapna Avastha are mutually cancelling each other, isn't it? In Swapna Avastha or in the dream state, you do not give reality to the waking world. In the waking state, you don't give reality to the dream world, which is true. Dasharatha Maharaj asked this question to his teacher, Ashtavakra. He said, I think I quoted in one class, I don't remember which one. He asked this question, I have dreamt myself as a butterfly in my dream, and I woke up as a king. Now, I have a question. Ashtavakra asked, what is your question? Is it that I dreamt myself as, the king, dreamt myself as a butterfly in the dream, or if the butterfly is now dreaming myself as a king? Which is true. Is it I, the king, actually I'm king, and I dreamt myself as a butterfly in dream? Or the butterfly is now dreaming itself as a king right now? Which is true. Ashtavakra smiled and said, neither. Neither the butterfly dreaming as a king nor king dreaming himself as a butterfly is true. Because it is true at that time, Swakale Satyavat Bhati. Swakale, at the time when you are experiencing Satyavat Bhati, it appears to be real. Prabodhe Sati, when you wake up, Asat Bhavet. It becomes Asat. जो देखने के समय में सत्यवत दिखता है वो उठने के बाद असत हो जाता है. So if you, from the standpoint of waking, the dream is unreal. But from the standpoint of dream, waking is not real. So which is real? So if this, see, the point is, if you think this world is real, that's just a presumption. The premise is that if you think this world is real, then the explanation is Bhagavan's mind. ईश्वर कहाँ कब होता है? ईश्वर, Bhagavan, creator, when does it come? Only when there is creation. And if you think the creation is there, then the creator is Ishvara. And his mind is now you are looking at. See, when I experience, think about it, when I experience my dream, I, the dreamer, creator of the dream, enjoying the experience of dream. At that time, I did not know that I'm the dreamer. Please. I did not know. When I was dreaming, I did not know I'm a dreamer. But I am enjoying the dream, no doubt. Enjoying or experiencing whatever it is. Now, in the same way, think about this world right now. Is it a dream? And the dreamer is who? He is dreaming. And I'm a product of his dream. When I wake up, what happens? Who is there then? I don't exist. I don't exist. As an individual, I can't exist. It is he who will become. So this waking up is called Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. मैं जो कहता हूं मैं, this me is he. At the present moment, I am not able to think about that way. The dreamer does not know he's dreaming, but he knows. He fully is aware and smiling away. So while I claim myself to be an individual and making all egoistic assertion about myself, what does he do? If I just open my eyes, you will be there. So just be quiet there. That's why he keeps his eyes almost closed, not fully open, not fully closed. He's allowing it to happen and he's just watching it. If you completely close us, there are stories about that also, no? In the Puranas and all. When Ishvara completely closed his eyes, everything becomes absent. So if he fully opens, then also everything will absent. So it's called Sambhavi Mudra, meaning half open. Half open is to say he's aware but not sleeping, but not utterly awake. So in the dream state, I am unaware of me being a dreamer, makes me experience this world as real, and that very me is none other than he himself dreaming. And when he wakes up, which is my individuality lost. So this world is what then? That is thinking. That's us. The ikshata bahusyam praja yeti. Bahusyam prajaya yeti. Praja yeti. Like prajas, like many beings. Bahusyam prajaye. Satabotapyata. Satapastaптva. Having thought about it. Idagam sarvam asrijata. Created the entire creation in his own mind. This jnana shakti. This is called jnana. Therefore, that jnata, himself, through his jnanam, with the power of Maya, created the jnayam, the world. So therefore, jnayam cha srijyam jagat. Avabhasayanti tat akarakaritaya jnaya rupa cha bhavati. Avabhasayanti comes to manifest that akarakaritaya, keeping that as the akara. It is a very various form. Nyaya rupa cha bhavati, as a possibility to perceive, as a perceptible world. Tata cha evam vida jnana shaktya jagat bhavet. Therefore, by the Shakti, the power of Jnanam, the world has come to be. So again, Jnanam is of two kinds. That is going to be explained here. Verse number 15. Jnanam dvita matra Dyotakam nirvikalpakam savikalpam tu sanyadi Dyotakatvadanekadha. Jnanam dvivita. Jnanam is of two kinds, two types, two varieties. Nirvikalpakam Dyotakam. Dyotakam is subject to revelation, being aware of, awarefulness, which has not gone, which is not taken into varieties, forms of variety. So that's why it's called Vikalparahitam. Vikalparahitam Nirvikalpam. With no Vikalpa there. Vividha Kalpana is not there. Awareness without modification, awareness without division, awareness without the spread of it. In other words, unfragmented awareness. I will come to that as we explain that point. Second is Savikalpam with modification. Savikalpakam, what is that? Sajnadi Dyotakatvat Anekata. Sanya means name. Like a name, form, characteristics, function, quality, and all those various things which are associated with the object of perception is what is referred as Savikalpa Jnanam. So let us say I'm seeing something, a book. When I when I perceive a book, I know first thought it's a book. First of all, it's an object, but it's a book. Now, what book it is, how big is the book, how thick is the book, what is the name of the book, what subject matter it is, when was it printed, all these details are Savikalpaka. Let me give you a simple example. When you wake up early in the morning, first thought is I am. And then only you will think about today is what day? Sunday. Let me go to sleep again. Now, at that point, when you are just aware of I am, you don't know where you are, what date it is, what day it is, what you need to do the day, what is an immediate appointment that is there, what is all those things are not there. None of those. I am. So, nirvikalpa sthiti of that mind is I am. Then comes all associations. Then hungry I am. The body immediately demands something. So here, jnanam dvita bhavati vastumatra dyotakam. An object is particularly revealed. Dyotanam is revelation. Vastumatra dyotakam. Sanyati dyotakatvat anekata. Anekata, the variety comes because sanya adi. Sanya means nama adi. Name, etc. Name, form, quality, function, all that. So, the variety can be many, it can be just about the quality of that object, or it can say this object is different from the other object. The difference between one object to another. So many things will start. So, now when it comes to creation, as it is explained in the previous verse also, as I quoted there, Vastumatra Dyotakam, to start with, creation began with Nirvikalpa. What? Bahusyam iti. Bahusyam praja eti. May I become many. So that very thought, I want to become many. This is only a thought. It not happened. It just thought. Iti samanya karena srijya samasta vastu ulleki ityartha. Samasta vastu ulleki. The very thought of creation in the form of variety, let it become variety. That is alone was a thought, an awareness, what do you call that, a volition. That is called nirvikalpa. Then punaha akashadi bhuta bhautika prakarena anekada srijyartha vishesha dyotakatvat tadeva savikalpakatvam sanyati iti yojana. That very thought itself manifested as Panchabhutas, Akashati, Bhuta Bhautika, Prakarena Anekata, from where the varieties have come. Then the Sattva Rajas Tamas nature of the Panchabhutas have come to become the Sukshma, Stula Sharirani, and then Prana Kriyani, Prana Kriyaha, all of them have been expanded too. Jnanasya swarupatah veda abhave api. Even though knowledge by itself does not have any difference at all. Jnanasya swarupatah, by nature, veda abhave api, there is no difference at all. Jnaya kara avabhasa nibandana veda. With respect to what has been created as a karya, with respect to that only we see the variety. As Gurudev would say, gold is one, but the ornaments are many. Mud is one, but the parts are many. Thread is one, but the clothes are many. In the same way, jnanam is only one, awareness is one, but when it starts to fragment itself, it creates so much of creation. As much as the dreamer is one, but the dream objects are many. So, bhavati iti abhipretya, dyotakatvat anekata iktam. Dyotakatvat, aneka dyotakatvat, a variety of things being as though differences have been created. Tat loka anubhavena prapanchate iti sankalpa iti. Idanim karishye it evam akara manovrittihi sankalpaha. So even in the when you do any puja, etc., you do sankalpa, right? The sankalpa is what? So let's go to the next one line. So what are the varieties of things that come out from the one single thought, and how these so-called varieties experienced by us in this world? So that is said in the next verse. Sankalpa samshaya brantihi smriti sadrishya nishchayaha uho nadyavasayascha tatanyenubhava api. Sankalpa, samshaya, bhranti, smritihi, sadrishya, nischaya, uha, anadyavasaya, tata anye anubhavaha api. Other experiences as well. These are all only few examples are given. Sankalpa, a will, I want to do it. Sankalpa. Samshaya, doubt. Can I do it? Whenever we take any sankalpa, there is immediately samshaya comes. Isn't it? Even as your child wants to do medicine, you want to do medicine. Yes, very good. You should pursue that. Can you? Next question is, can you? Is it possible? Are you sure? Doubt. Bhranti. Bhranti is delusion. Not sure. Or it's called misapprehension. Not seeing the thing as it is. Bhranti. Brandy also, but Bhranti is good. Smritihi. Smritihi, memory. And sadrishya. Sadrishya means ability to see the commonness, similarity. Sadrishya. Sadrishya is seen as before, equal to before, whatever is seen. Then nischaya. Nischaya is determination, firmness in decision. Uha is guess. I presume certain things. Is uha. Anadyavasaya, inability to decide. Adyavasaya is ability to decide. That's the nature of the buddhi. But when it is influenced by the mind, it becomes anadyavasaya. Adi avas So is the root word. So sayati. Ani, I would call what do you call that word? Adyavasaya. Adyavasaya means ability to keep things clearly in your mind. That is what is called adyavasaya. Anadyavasaya means inability to maintain that. So when you take a decision, which mind has the clarity of it, this is how it is. But when the ability is not there, this is what happens to teenagers. It's not by their choice, but it is a biological condition. Their inability to stick to one thing. That's why when you ask them, they are always vague. Are you hungry? Sort of. You say you are hungry or not hungry. What is this sort of? Um, I am going to mission for some this thing and said, are you coming? Maybe. This is maybe means what? I may come or may not come. When do you know? If I come, I know. If I don't come, you know. So this is called anadyavasaya. Inability to determine things. Vagueness. Perplexed. And many other things also like this. Tata anya anubhava abhi. So let us say, itam idanim karishye iti eva makara manovritti sankalpa. And this is how I am going to do. So when you are doing any puja, etc., then they will say sankalpa. So, well, let us take the sankalpa. How you are going to do and what purpose you are going to do, that you have to say, right? So you tell where I am sitting and which deity I am worshipping and for what purpose I am worshipping, what I am going to do, what purpose I am going to do, all that. Sometimes this Prohit will keep on going for half an hour about sankalpa. But idea is what? You must be very clear what you are going to do. So sankalpa is that. And then not all of anirdharita aneka kotikam jnanam samshaya. Aneka kotikam jnana. So if you are taken up something but you are not sure about how to think about it, or you are not clear about that, then you have an ambiguity in your mind that leads to samshaya, doubt. I'm not sure about this. What is the difference between samshaya and anadyavasaya? Samshaya is a doubt about something which you want to do. Whereas anadyavasaya is whether you want to do it at all or not. That itself is a question. I see something and I have doubt about it. Not even seeing that what can you say then? उसके बारे में सोचता भी नहीं है. Idam anena sadrisham iti eva makara vrittihi sadrishyam. Sadrishyam means you come to have a awareness about a thing which is similar to something else. Uhaha drishta sadharmyena vaidharmyena va anyasya utpreksha. So uha is guessing about drishya dharmyena va adharmyena vaidharmyena va iti. Whether what I have seen is according to what I know or according to what I do not know, opposite of it. So you are guessing. That is called uha. It's not a doubt. Uha means you are engaging in determining what it is, not with the doubt, but with a question. This way or that way. Let me think about it. So when you are engaging in finding out, that is called the guessing. Or what is the gut feeling? Gut feeling, they say. I have a gut feeling about it. Guesswork. Anadyavasayaha drishyamane api vastuni anischyaha. Even as you see a thing, there is certain amount of non-conclusiveness. Matra rupa vrittihi. Yata kim nama ayam vrikshaha iti evam akaraha. What could be the name of this tree which I am seeing? Anye prasiddhartaha. So others says we know, others like Smriti, etc. He is not taken up that to explain because they are all very. So this way, yata rupam visheshaha lokadrushtaha tata anubhavaha api anye yatartha vishayaha prabharubaha pratyakshadibedena aneka vidaha bhavanti. According to the perception of the person, there are many such kind of experiences and thoughts take place. All these are all called savikalpaka jnanam. Nirvikalpaka jnanam, awareness. Savikalpaka jnanam, thought process. Associated thought process. Now, why this topic is taken up is very interesting. How the way Sureshwara proceeds in explaining things. Now, based upon this, now look at the pramana. How the pramana leading to jnana? Because based upon the means of knowledge alone, the philosophy is concluded. A philosophical vision or philosophical perception is based upon what means of knowledge they take as the important means of knowledge. For example, if the science says that what we see alone we believe, seeing is believing. Meaning anything that we perceive and know alone is real. Anything that we have not perceived or known through any instrument does not exist as far as we are concerned. It may be there, I don't know, but we don't conclude that it is there. See, until the human being went away from the, or human being, yes, went away from the earth and understood that the earth is going around the sun, and not the other way around, the sun is going around the sun, earth. How did it determine? Not by just looking at it, but by calculation, by many other means, and then came to conclude what has been already concluded in the Shastra. But they wanted a evidence. This is evidence-based knowledge is science. I want an evidence for this. How do you prove it? So even the world of medicine, if you take, in the Ayurveda developed not by experiment, not by any laboratory experimentation, but they have used it and found out to be useful or curing the problem, not in a laboratory, but in the human laboratory itself. देखो उसको दे दो ये particular herb, if it survives, that means it is working. And then codified it. Yes, this is working. They have no laboratory to experiment that. But that is also equally true knowledge. Whereas if you go to a person who practices allopathy and they tell that I am taking this jati bhutti and all those things, and what to pagal hai kya? There is no evidence that it will cure. There is no laboratory that is proven this is to be true. See, even haldi and all we have used for years together as antiseptic, anti-inflammatory. And it has been part of our food for many, many thousands of years. Now, presently that they say, oh, this is anti-inflammatory, we know it. How do you know? We didn't do any experiment. We experimented on human beings. We had a lot of time to experiment. Much more than what you think of. So, what kind of a means of knowledge you use, that decides your philosophical standpoint. Now, what is the standpoint of Charvakas, for example? Charvaka means sweet-tongued. Most of the people who are materialistic, perception, they are of materialist philosophy. Khao, pivo, mojudao. Eat, drink, and be merry. This philosophy, Runam Krutva Rudam Pibet. Go get money from anywhere but drink ghee every day. This is their philosophy. Runam krutva, rudam pibet. So drink ghee every day, pay later. That's today, is it not? That is the case. Enjoy today, pay tomorrow. You're alive. Now they say all the banks became bankrupt. All the way the banks became bankrupt because people took the money, never paid. Now what do you do with them? So credit card to Leah and it was spent also, but nobody's ready to pay. Then so today plastic card world of cards, world of plastic cards. What is it? Enjoy today, pay tomorrow. That is Charvaka philosophy. I don't have money, but I wouldn't want to stop enjoying. So everybody has become very lonely, taking a lot of loans. So take a loan today and pay tomorrow if you are alive. Otherwise, pass it on to Gandhi account. So now here, Charvaka philosophy is questioned. What is their pramana? But their pramana is only pratyaksha pramana. Whatever is seen alone is real. Whatever I don't see is not real. So we'll see more of it. What is the pratyaksha pramana? Then he'll talk about pratyaksha, anumana, upamana, arthapatti, anupalabdhi, shabda pramana. So there are 6 pramanas which are considered, means of knowledge considered as leading to different philosophical conclusions. Pratyaksha pramana, what it leads to, anumana pramana, what it leads to, shabda pramana, then upamana pramana, then arthapatti pramana, and anupalabdhi pramana. Then comes others who are aitihasika pramana, pauranika pramana. So this is going to be explained. For we have taken the topic of how jnanam takes place and how philosophical conclusions are arrived at. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu ma kasyid dukkhabhat bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.